Dear Lori, my new ball python hisses and strikes when I try to hold him or even when I just try to change his water. A friend told me to put a towel over him and then pick him up so that he learns he can't get away with acting like that. Is there anything else I should do? Yes! There are many other things that you can do and lots of things that you should consider doing that would be better for your snake and better for you. Treating your snake in the way your friend suggests will result in one of several things happening in the future, which include increased aggression and defensive behavior, increased hiding, increased escape and avoidance behavior, or learned helplessness, a state where your snake is completely shut down. By forcing interactions, by failing to appropriately respond to your snake's request for distance, and by forcing handling, you are actually sensitizing your snake to you, making them more reactive and fearful of you by treating them in this forceful and frightening manner. It is the opposite of desensitization or allowing them to gradually get used to you and build trust over time. A snake behaving as you describe is fearful and doing everything in their power to communicate to you that they are afraid, feel threatened, and are telling you to stay away from them. Ignoring what they are saying to you in their own language is going to confirm to the snake that you are something to be afraid of, and that as hard as they are trying to tell you they are afraid and to please stay away, you are going to ignore them and force interaction with them anyway. This is extremely scary for your snake. Remember that in the wild, if a snake is being restrained, touched, or picked up by another animal, they are being eaten. Snakes, even those born in captivity, innately perceive large animals, including humans, as dangerous predators out to eat them. With snakes that behave in the way you describe, consider starting out by leaving them alone. Back off. Let them be at peace in their enclosure. Let them get used to their habitat and grow to feel safe there for however many weeks or months it takes for them to become comfortable and relaxed in their own personal space, and then you can start working on gradually desensitizing them to your presence and proximity, eventually working up to touch and handling. But they must be able to trust you first and not view you as something scary. This may take weeks, months, or even years, so get it in your head right now to have zero expectations when you start this process and to not set any time limits for your journey. I have several videos on how to go about desensitizing your snakes step by step and how to manage them in the short term without causing them fear, anxiety, and distress. This involves things like limited cleaning, leaving the water dish right inside the door so that it can be removed and replaced without intruding into the enclosure, leaving your snake in their hide, and covering the opening while you spot clean, or using hides with bottoms and removing the hide with your snake in it when you must clean the entire enclosure. So please review the following videos and then contact me or your admins if you have any more questions. Remember, in summary, your snake's behavior is his way of telling you to stay out of his personal space. Hissing and striking are distance-creating behaviors. If you behave appropriately for a request to distance, your snake's behavior will subside. In other words, if you respond to his request to stay away by backing off, he will return to comfortable and relaxed. He will eventually learn to trust that you will listen to him and eventually realize you're not a threat. If you fail to behave appropriately in response to a request for distance, the distance-creating behavior will escalate. Your snake is asking you to stay out of his space, likely because he perceives you as a threat, as an aversive stimulus, meaning something unpleasant. Or he views you as something he's afraid of. If you ignore his request to stay away, he will go from asking you to telling you by increasing his defensive behavior. And if you continue to ignore him by forcing yourself on him, he will likely escalate to an attempt to make you stay away by becoming more assertive and biting. Forced handling teaches your snake that you cannot be trusted, that what he is trying to communicate to you is going to be ignored, and that his perception of you as a threat was correct. Please consider choice-based interactions instead. These will pay off in the long run for both you and your snake.